much smaller game that you got from Kickstarter.
Yep.
Necronomicards.
In essence, the way this game works is you have spell cards, which have a bunch of weird runes on them, and your goal is to match them up in certain combinations in order to get summon cards, which have many things. I mean, you see Cthulhu back there in the center. I think that's sort of the big thing, because you put Cthulhu on a board game, it's going to sell. But
Right.
what I liked, and this is what initially dragged me to it, is they have a lot of other things, like, they had the Four Horsemen, they had things from Haiti culture, Lucifer,
Krampus.
and so they really do pull from many different mythologies, and including, because I backed it, I got some special ones from media, which included David Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China, which for me is just like, I feel like I'm hearing all about this movie in the last month. What happened?
Yeah, it's got some weird surge in popularity. All of a
I
sudden.
think he's back.
It could be. And yeah, there were some other ones.
And of course, playing these summon cards have different effects and abilities to help you get advantages against your opponents. And first one to 7 wins, or 4 if you get the 4 horsemen, but chances of that happening are very little.
And it's kind of like a poker thing where you're trying to get different either pairs or 6 of a set, matching these runes.
Right, but I mean, I would say those kinds of card games. But if I had to compare it to is there a name for that 52 cards? Does it have player
standard playing cards stuff?
Standard playing cards. I think what I'd match it more to, almost, even though you don't use the same mechanics, is more like Go Fish. Like, you're more like, do I have this symbol? All right, I'm done.
That's true. It is like that, only without telling people to go fish.
Right. I mean, you're not taking cards from others. Unless something has it, but it's not like. But it felt like that more.
Yeah.
Not like. In poker, you're more like, can I bluff with this hand or do it?
Yeah. There's not any of that.
And I think that's where it falls a little flat for us. This game definitely can be played with a large audience, but for us, the symbol matching slowed it down a bit. We like the summon cards, the abilities on them, and the artwork is beautiful. I mean, almost. Yeah. I'm still sort of happy for that alone, just the artwork on all the cards and the fact it does reach to all.
And they're nice, big, tall cards too. That are pretty cool to hold, which helps also when you're trying to match all the symbols and read them properly. But yeah, it kind of, as you said, fell flat for us.
My biggest issue is that in a game like this, I think I would have liked it to be more like poker. You draw 5 a turn or something, and you all summon. Because what happened is, I played Lucifer and got to pretty much steal something from you and play it right away, which put me ahead in summons. So both of you then got a summon that both hit me, and I lost my entire hand. And it just sort of felt like I just lost 5 turns in a game.
Yeah.
I think that was for me the biggest issue, is it's so easy to just feel like, well, I just lost.
I think the biggest problem is it's basically a race to who can get 7 summons, but there's not. It's pretty random how well you can summon. There's a little bit of how well you can find your matches and which summons to play at which times, but more or less you're at the mercy of the deck. And if you don't do well, you kind of it doesn't feel like it's your fault.
For the price, I think it's good for the price. And like I said, what's nice about it is it's 10 and up. And so very easy mechanically wise to let everyone learn this kind of stuff. And like I said, if you're spreading across culture, it's not just Cthulhu. There's only I think 4 Cthulian related cards in there. So you don't feel it's not nearly great, we just get another Cthulhu game. I really like that about it, and I think that's what you should look at it for if you're going to buy it like that. But if you're looking for something a bit more complicated and stuff, and with cards, honestly, the game I'm going to have to recommend that sort of reminded me of this in terms of reaching over other mythologies and stuff, and I think did a much better job. We both played is Theomachy.
Yeah, and it's just even more like poker.
Well, yeah, almost, yeah. And I think that did it the right way almost. So I would have liked to see this maybe being if there's a bluff I've got 5 of a kind or 6 symbols.
It just feels like it could have used some more time in the oven, I think. There's a cool game in there somewhere, but we were a little let down. But you can find that. Like you said, it is small and cheap, and it also reminded me a little bit of an Uno style game along with Go Fish. It has that sort of messing with people, take that.
Yeah.
that kind
while
of thing.
simply just matching things.
So for some people, that'll probably definitely be their thing. If it's simple, it's easy to pick up, that kind of thing.